Hi everyone, welcome back to Studio 33 Art by Kate. I'm going to be doing a little series of what I'm going to call 5-minute art, just to show you that it doesn't have to take a long time to be able to produce a lovely piece of art. And I'm just going to be doing today a 10 centimetre by 10 centimetre tile. I've been asked to do a set of coasters for someone, and they wanted dark blue, turquoise and white and gold. So I'm going to mainly use today the Pouring Masters paints, again to make it easy. So I'm using the Pouring Masters Peacock Teal metallic pearl, which is very close to turquoise. I'm also going to use the blue interference pearl, which has a beautiful blue sheen once it dries. It looks white in the bottle. And I'll use the Luster White Metallic Pearl by Pouring Masters and the Dark Sapphire Blue Metallic Pearl. I've also made up a little custom colour, and to be honest, it's not much different to the Peacock Teal. It's just slightly more green. And I made it up out of the Peacock Teal and the Pouring Masters Aqua and a little bit of Hawaiian blue. So the gold I'm using is the Mont Pouring Paint Gold. So again, that's a pre-mixed paint. So all the ones I've just mentioned are pre-mixed paints. And basically the only one that's got any Floetrol in it is the Amsterdam Oxide Black with Australian Floetrol in it, which is the cell activator I'm using. So everything else is pre-mixed. So let's see how I go. The time is now 2:14. Oh, it's just gone 2:15, so let's go. So I'm just going to pour a little puddle of the dark sapphire in the middle of my tile here. So that's just about enough from the centre to the edge, and same from there to there, if you get what I mean. This gives you an idea of how much you need on there. So because I'm not going to actually spin this out today, I'm going to do a lovely bloom or a flower, not a classic bloom technique. And so I don't want too deep a base, and the Pouring Masters paints do stick on very well, and they also are not terribly thick, so they're fairly thin consistency, as you can see by the way I'm spreading that there. And yep, that's all covered. Now I'm going to do what is called a radial bloom. I think Kathleen Miller was the first person I saw do these. So in the centre, I'm just going to put some of my custom turquoise colour. I'm going to do 2 little scoops of that. And then around the edge, I'm going to do the Peacock Teal. You can see that there's really not that much difference in the colour there. It is a little bit different. Just a little squirt of those. And then the Luster White on the other side. So you can see I've got one colour in the middle, and then I've got these other ones around the edges. So when I blow it out, you'll definitely be able to see where there's been white and where there's been the Peacock Teal. So it gives that differentiation of those colours so that they don't all just get mashed in together. And now I'm going to put the blue interference pearl just in the centre, so that will go over the top of the others. Now a little bit of the Mont Pouring Paint Gold just into each little puddle, like so. And then my cell activator, I'm just going to put into the very middle here. Just a couple of little globs like that, not too much. Just use my heat embossing tool just to burst the bubbles. And now I'm going to blow this out by using a jumbo paper straw that I bought from the supermarket, and I just flatten it at the end, and then I sort of bend it so that when I blow through, it's going to go across the top of the paint rather than into it. And each little petal, I'm going to blow the centre out like that, so each one has sort of 3 petals to it. Okay, here we go. I find by using that jumbo straw, I can really control where I'm blowing my paint. So there's our basic little bloom. There's a little bit of black in the centre there, but that's not going to matter because I'm going to bring the colours in. You could blow into that with a straw if you wanted to bring up some more cells, but I'm going to use my skewer just to drag some shape into this so it won't matter. So I'm just going to hit it with my heat embossing tool to bring up first all those little bubbles. And now just using a very thin skewer, I'm going to just define my petals here. So just dragging into the centre, and then I'm going to divide each one into 3. You don't have to do that, you could just leave each one as it was, but it's just what I like to do. And as you can see that's more white where I had those white puddles, and these are more turquoise here. So I just like that effect. Now in the centre, I haven't got my gloves on very well because I think my hands were hot and they wouldn't go on properly. I'm just going to do a little finger pop in the centre there, just to give that centre. And then I'm going to take the very pointy end of the skewer, go into the centre, and I'm just going to do a little spiral around. It's just, again, an effect that I like in the centre of these little blooms. Just like that. And there you go. Time is 2:20. 5-minute bloom, guys. And that's it. All I'm going to do is hit it with the heat embossing tool again. Check my edges are covered. And then I will just pop that up onto a cup to dry. I find that the Pouring Masters paints do stick on very well as well, so I usually don't get any pullback on the edges or anything. So I'll bring you down now for a close-up. So here we come down now for a close-up of this little 5-minute bloom. It's very pretty. I didn't spin it out, it will dry well, because as I say, these Pouring Masters paints are quite thin. But you can see there's lots of beautiful cells. Look at that gold running through there. And I can see that little bit of interference just here. You can just see how that's going to come up when it dries. It'll have that lovely blue to it. Another beautiful little spot there. And all these paints are metallic, so it's going to be just so shimmery and beautiful. Look at that. And all in 5 minutes. And look at the base, that blue, that sapphire blue. Oh, beautiful, look there. So yeah, as I say, only took me 5 minutes, and you can do that, you know, just in any little bit of spare time that you've got, and you can make one today and one tomorrow, one the next day, whatever it is that you've got time to do. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that one today, guys, and I'll see you back here in Studio 33 in the not too distant future. Until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.